Hi, Frugal Coder here. So today I'll give a midterm update on this Zephyrus G14 I've bought a little over 3 months ago. So I purchased this laptop mainly as a everyday laptop, doing this on-the-go computing, web browsing, document editing. I would say over 99% of the time I open it is just for lightweight tasks. I do use it for video creation, downloading all of my Google Drive data locally, unzip it and save it to my NAS. If you guys are interested, I'll probably do another video talk about that. But today, let's focus on this laptop. So the keyboard. I complained a lot a while ago about this keyboard. The backlight is a little bit dim. I thought it might be a big issue, but within the past 2 months, I rarely noticed the backlight. Mainly because I use the laptop in the environment where the surrounding light is more than enough. I never pay too much attention on the backlight. The keyboard mistype. In my 1 month review, I said when I type something.com, the last M will end up double typed, which is kind of annoying. This has improved significantly in the past 2 months. I seldom get that mistype now. I think it's probably due to me, getting used to the keyboard so that I don't have those things anymore. So keyboard missing page up, page down, home and end. This is still a big bummer, especially for me as a coder. I got a chance to write some Python script to combine the downloaded zip file into one. Missing those keys is driving me crazy. I have to use external mouse to move the cursor to the place I want to insert. And for most of the time, I don't even have an external mouse, so I have to hover over this undersized touchpad and move my cursors to the position I want. This really reduces my productivity. It's kind of, I wouldn't say weird or annoying, but it's uncomfortable writing code on this laptop. If you plan to use this laptop as a coding machine or a document editing machine, keep that in mind. If possible, then just take a mouse. Aside from those things, overall, I think the keyboard is decent. If we say the legendary ThinkPad keyboard is at a score of 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, the newer chiclet ThinkPad keyboard is probably 9. The MacBook with scissor switch is probably around 8. I would rate the Zephyrus G14's keyboard also at the same scale. Okay, so that's the keyboard. Overall, I think it's tolerable. It's not perfect. I hope Asus could fix those things, especially adding those missing keys in the next iteration. I don't know if that's too much to ask, given this is a gamer-centric laptop. But if Asus could put a business-centric form factor of the Zephyrus G14, I bet that it will be having a very good popularity. The Ryzen chip is doing very well last year, so maybe the laptop manufacturers will start to ramp up more machines based on AMD's chip. So yeah, we'll see. So one other thing I find, I wouldn't say it bad, but rather unpredictable during my past 2 months is the battery life. So here's the thing. Originally, so in my 1 month review, I said I could get around 5 to 6 hours of battery life out of this machine. This is great. At some point, after I installed certain updates from Asus, the idle power draw of this laptop increased significantly from around 8 to 9 watt to 15 watt. This reduced the battery life from 5 hours to 3 to 3.5. So I tried to figure out what's wrong. I saw a couple of other folks had similar problem. I also tried their recommendations as to how to fix it. Try to turn the power profiles, the battery mode to power saving, a lot of those things. Most of them doesn't work, unfortunately. Until I see a post from someone on Asus forum say, hey, you need to disable all of those Asus background tasks. I tried that and that works. That gets all the power draw back to 9 watt when idle. So I've been leaving my laptop running like that for probably 2 to 3 weeks. It definitely gives some inconvenience for the shortcuts all of those FN shortcuts won't work. I guess some Asus service is listening on that in the background and do all of those adjustments. And since I disabled their service, that won't work anymore. So just 2 days ago, I tried to re-enable those Asus service, and magic happens. Even I enable all of those service, the power draw stays at 9 watt. I'm still able to get back the 5-hour battery life. So I just turned back on all of those services. In my past 2 days, it seems pretty good that my battery life stays around like 5 hours and the power consumption seems reasonable. I'll report back if the battery is getting worse again, but hopefully this will stay for probably a bit longer. So aside from those two things, the keyboard and battery, all of the other advantages for this laptop still stay true. So lightweight, I still enjoy carrying it around. 3.2 pounds, it's just super light. The build quality is also very good. I like holding this laptop. The performance is still more than enough for my task. Even during video editing, the system still didn't feel any, slow. 16 gigs is doing surprisingly well. Originally, I was planning to replace the 8 gig stick to a 32 gig one because I do a lot of video editing in Lightroom and I have tons of raw image to import. On my desktop workstation, Lightroom could easily chew up to 20-30 gigs of memory. I think it caches all of those raw images in memory so that when I open it in full resolution, it doesn't need to load from hard drive. And to be honest, I do observe that slowness on the laptop when I import, say, 1,000 raw images. When I loop through them, it definitely takes around 1 second to load the full resolution image. But other than that, I don't feel any slowness caused by the 16 gigs of RAM. Even editing videos feels the same as my workstation. So for now, I'll just stick with the 16 gigs. I mean, who knows if I got the other 32 gigs of RAM. Maybe it will destroy the battery life. So for now, I'm happy with it. I'll just stay with it to see how long could the 16 gigs last me. So yeah, that's my quick update on the Zephyrus G14. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you want to know any specific area on it, leave it in the comment. I'm happy to talk about that. All right, see you folks next time.